Have been contemplating a lot of things recently, and I feel like it's time to just kind of come clean about a story of a young teenager who is me and her misadventures online in the early thousands. I realize I'm never going to get healthy if I can't talk about these things openly, especially since everything right now is bringing us back to a point that's just so nostalgic of this other point in time. So, hi, if you're new to my channel, my name is Kay. I typically host karaoke's for our global friends around the world here in VR. But I have for many, many years become obsessive about protecting our reality. And that all started, oh god, because I was a teenager online on the early days of YouTube and I saw the truth. I saw the truth. I saw that the grown-ups were lying, and I was so conflicted because I still at that time still held this programmed belief that the grown-ups in charge were, working for the betterment of all of us. And unfortunately, what we learned was people created a situation and sacrificed many people. And none of these people to date have been held accountable. And this has allowed the, I don't want to say fermentation, because this is not something good. This is something terrible. This is so toxic and terribly horrible that it needs to be discussed. I'm gonna discuss it right now because there are many, many, many people just like me who were all present at this time, at this place. Michael Moore, I gotta say, is probably one of the loudest voices that I was so thankful to hear as a teenager, because it made me feel that there were stable grown-ups in this world who equally cared about us, who equally cared about people, who equally cared about human rights, dignity, and respect. So, what did I see? Well, back in the early YouTube days, do you remember how they said that a plane crashed into the Pentagon also during 9/11? Turned out that was actually a missile. And there were multiple cameras from multiple gas stations and surrounding businesses that had all uploaded this online. And I was just, I mean, you can hear it in my voice remembering this and just being like, what do I do with this knowledge if I told any grown-up? Oh man, that didn't work out for me at all, so I just had to learn to shut up. If I tried to talk about it to my friends, same deal. Everybody I knew around me were happy little gamer people who didn't really want to think about the tough stuff, and I get it. I didn't want to either. But the more that that event caused me to question the integrity of people, so many other things I found just continued to just pull me deeper into what I now know is the Epstein class bullshit. It was not safe to be publicly sharing these things. And the people who have been publicly sharing these things are, in my heart, heroes. People who have been brave voices for many, many years. So, I recall Building 7 never ever having been mentioned. Why did that building fall down, huh? Why did somebody recently purchase all the buildings and insure them? And, a lot of these related friends, all, as we are seeing, didn't happen to go to work that day. Just so happened they knew something was off. They didn't know why. They didn't know where. But holy frogs. Everything in this time is about telling the truth. It's about being honest. It's about restoring integrity and meaning and helping the children of this world have faith in the grown-ups running things and entrusting them that someday they are going to be the grown-ups and teaching them the skills they need to be responsible. What we have is a group of corrupt business friends. And I'd say private life friends. It doesn't matter if they're on one political party or the other, because it's both. That's the scary part. So, I'm sipping on my coffee. You can't see it. It's not virtual coffee. Although I think I actually do have a cup of something I can get myself in here. Let me get that equipped. So, it makes me really, really curious. Why anybody would be so corrupt? And the most ironic thing is, like, as I was bringing up my menu here, like, I know the person who made this added this cute little symbolism here, and I also know that the group of people historically who would do these things are the kind of people who are like, "You're evil, we will burn you at the stake." Like, it's just this ongoing historical battle of insanity, where telling the truth got people barbecued, you know? And people had to be brave enough to not give a about being barbecued, because what was true, what was right, what was moral mattered more than the fear of death. And so that's what it is right now. I mean, if these people are threatening the end of the world, might as well make it now. Now the time that we are definitely not afraid. Because ultimately, in my search for truth all these years, is that death is not really the end. But it is the beginning of having to face judgment for everything you've done in your life. And I have explored multiple faiths throughout the world, trying to make sense of this weird experience. All I could remember being as a little kid is, why am I here? And why don't they care about the future? Why are they giving us this hell on earth and they don't even care? Like, I never asked to be born. Why is it our journey to have to hold up this torch when the generations before us already dropped it, fumbled it, and didn't give a shit? And I realize now that's because I'm pretty sure it's a soul thing. I'm just so lucky that I got to be at the right place at the right time so many times. And I'm gonna just say thank you. My cup is overflowing with blessings to be able to understand that this life we're living, most of us are just caught in routine, not thinking about it. And I'm here and I get to talk about it. I get to share all of this information for your consideration and in partnership with far more intelligent than I beings. Because AI exists now, and it's able to crunch the entire data set of all existence, validate or disprove. And I love it because unless it's been programmed to be biased, it tries to not be biased. It tries to look at all information objectively. Which is not something our reality does very well. We're very emotional creatures. And, even if we think we have good control over our emotions, it's always something new to learn. So, thank you for listening to my disclosure. There is a lot that we're going to be talking about in recent days. I'm going to be connecting to a lot of big names out there who I know went through the same thing I did. And I'm super excited to have discussions with them amongst you. And if you're somebody too who carries a lot of pain and is looking to heal, all of the resources are available to us now, often for free, because people want to help other people heal. There are so many great people in this world. Just unfortunately, they're not in positions of power. And I want to make that change where the people who are in power are the ones who deserve it. Because just like under George W., Nothing. No accountability. Nothing ever happened from that. But there are brave serving members who never came home for a war that was made on bullshit lies. And right now, as we face the potential of global conflict, because China and Russia and all these other countries are still watching, still doing their own thing, still having their own thoughts, we are no longer an island. We are a globe connected as one. And I want to fight for that future. For all of the children in this world, no matter what country they're from. Nobody was born with the history of their ancestry. That's something that was taught to us. And these ongoing battles over history. It is time for peace. It is time for inner peace by bringing to light these things that we've hidden within us for so long. The things that have pushed us and guided us to maybe even unhealthy patterns like me. I can't stop paying attention to what's going on because it feels like it's my job as mom. And even before I ever decided I was gonna be mom, I thought if I was gonna have kids someday, it's my journey to give them a better future. So, I make this declaration today: if you are a corrupt piece of shit, I hope you get right with the Creator. They've watched everything through your eyes your whole life. You know what you've done. You can hide it from the world, but you know what you've done, and the people you've wronged, you know what you've done too. You can ask them for forgiveness if you've made a mistake. We all make mistakes. We're all human. Some people might not be able to forgive themselves, and they might require an outside source to help them. And that also is available. I will not get preachy about particular religions. I will include them all without bias, and I will share my personal stories as well and my personal opinions due time. But this world is so beautiful and it is worth saving, and most recently with the Artemis 2's adventure around the moon, reminding us that we were all in that selfie. That planet holding all of us. That rare gift of life in this void, meaningless universe of randomness. And here we are. And we still can't even let people not suffer. Because we're so focused on our own happiness. And if I can change, I know anybody can change. That's why I'm here. To remind you that you deserve an opportunity to heal your soul, to make things right where they were wrong, and above all, to create the world that the children deserve. If you're a mother or a father, you carry more than you realize, and I'm proud of you. Even on the hard days when you feel like you messed up, I'm proud of you. So we're all in this together, even though we feel so incredibly alone sometimes. And I'm happy to know it can really be okay in an instant if we all agree that we're tired of playing this bullshit game and we want something better. We're tired of people spending millions and billions on war when those millions could have gone to help people. To have health care, to have quality of life, to help them learn to be better, to believe that something better can happen. Fireside chats are going to be beginning this week too, so I look forward to sharing and connecting with you all. And from the pale blue dot, I hope you have a beautiful now, wherever you are.